Good afternoon, I'm TK, and this is TK's video blog. Good to have you with us, good to see you all again. Welcome. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's get right on to it, shall we, and review our movie of the day. This week's movie is F1. The movie stars Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, Carrie Condon, Javier Bardem, Tobias Menzies, Kim Bodina, Sarah Niles, and Will Nurek, as well as many others in a very talented cast. So, what's the movie about? Well, the plot of this movie, obviously from the title of the movie, F1, is about cars and racing, specifically Formula One racing. This movie follows racing driver Sonny Hayes, who returns after a 30-year absence to save his former teammate's underdog team, APX GP, from collapse. Along the way, he butts heads with a new rising star on his team. So a very interesting plot, and a very entertaining one for sure. So, let's talk about the movie a little more in depth now, shall we? Now, the plot of the movie, so a lot of high octane, high energy. It's about race car driving, F1, about the Grand Prix. There's a team element, points in there, and it's really entertaining, really interesting to watch. Now, Dad and I, we saw it together. We're not big racing fans, we're not big race car driving fans by any means, so we were a little out of our depth in terms of the point system and in terms of the team element. That being said, we did enjoy it. It just was a little bit over our heads in those respects. Now, the basic elements of the plot are good. A little predictable, I feel, but good. Old guy comes out of retirement, butts heads with new rising star on his team. They kind of have a little rivalry going on, and then they kind of make friends at the end and work together and actually become a team. So that's kind of a little bit predictable, as I said, at least that's my opinion. However, predictable works in some cases, and in this case it does. So overall, the plot, while it was predictable works in this case. Now, it could have been a little more user-friendly in terms of some of the elements that we didn't understand, the point systems and the team element. But other than that, it was actually well done, well thought out, entertaining, keeps you hooked. Even if you don't really understand a lot of it, it keeps you hooked. And that's great. You want any plot to do that. Now, the cast in the movie is very well cast. Brad Pitt, of course, no surprise. He's great in everything. He was great in this. A lot of heart, a lot of emotion in his role. Damson Idris, I've not seen him too much in anything. However, that being said, he's really good in this. A lot of heart, a lot of emotion in his role. And just a little side note about him, these are very, very, very unsubstantiated rumors, but they're talking about maybe eyeing him as the next Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know how that would work, but for me personally, seeing this guy in this movie, and hearing him talk in an interview I saw him in recently, I think he could work. I'd be interested to see that. But that aside, he's really, really good in this role. A lot of heart, a lot of emotion, and in fact, he and Brad Pitt, their characters, a lot of heart, a lot of emotion between the two. Great chemistry, really spot on, really believable, and in fact, in terms of their chemistry and in terms of their individual characters, really believable too. And overall, the whole cast, in fact, has that believability factor. Now, what's the believability factor? Well, you've heard me talk about this all season long. The believability factor is you want to believe what a cast is saying, what they're selling on screen, and if you do, you're going to connect with it better and in a deeper way, and I think you really, really do in this case, so my hat is off to all of them for sure there as well. Now, the VFX, visual effects in this movie, really well done as well. They blend in well with the rest of the movie. My hat is off to them for sure there as well, so really high marks are for sure there as well. Now, the music in the movie, I really want to highlight that here really quick. So, the music, there are popular artists who contributed songs, who wrote songs for this movie, ranging from Chris Stapleton to Ed Sheeran, among many others, and there's also a score, and the music really fits the tone of the movie, high octane, a lot of high energy, racing and all that, so it's great. I think it's well done, well put together, it all makes sense, and it's really catchy, really sticks in your head, which is a sign of a good soundtrack and good score for sure. So my hat is off to them there for sure as well. Really, really high marks there for sure there as well. Now the editing. So editing is a very big thing for me. I'm an editor myself, as you know. And the editing was well done, great continuity, great flow, great pacing, great rhythm. Everything that was in there made sense, and it felt like it should be in there. There was nothing that was in there that didn't work, and there was nothing that felt like lacking or anything. So the editing, really, really high marks there for sure there as well. So overall, the movie, the plot was good, it was entertaining, it was interesting, keeps you hooked on the edge of your seat. The cast was good, the story was good, although maybe predictable, but predictable works in this case. The music was great, home run for sure. The editing was great, visual effects great. Everything really worked in the movie. The only real issue I have with the movie is it could have been a little more user-friendly in terms of some of the point system stuff and some of the team stuff, like explaining that. So that could have been done a little better. But overall, it was good, it was entertaining, and I really enjoyed it for sure. So, all that being said, the moment of truth has arrived now. What would I give the movie out of 20, and would I recommend it to you all? Well, I think based on what I just said, I'd have to give the movie a very strong and very confident 18 out of 20, and here's why. I'm going to knock off 2 points because it was not user-friendly. It could have been more user-friendly in terms of explaining some of the elements of the racing, the team elements, and the point system elements. But other than that, it was really well done. Music, again, home run. Casting, great. Plot, great. Story, great. Predictable, but predictable works in some cases. And again, it really does here. And overall, just really entertaining. Keeps you hooked. Keeps you on the edge of your seats. And really, it's just great. It's really enjoyable. I would absolutely recommend watching it for sure. 18 out of 20 for sure. Alright, well, looking at my watch, it looks like we're about out of time. So please, until next week, remember I'm pointing at the comment section now. Remember, all season long, I want to hear from you. What do you like about this blog? What don't you like about this blog? What could I do differently or better on this blog? All of this stuff and then some. I'd really, really love to hear from you all. I really, really would. Also, please remember, all season long, reach out, recommend a movie, TV show, book, song, album for me to review, and I might just review it for y'all right here on TK's video blog. Now, I can't always promise you you'll like the review or agree with every single thing I have to say in the review. What I will promise you all is this: I will always keep it fair, and I will always keep it honest, as my commitment to you all, as always. So, with that all being said, until next week, please take care, be safe, and goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll see you right back here next week.